this is the crazy thing about what Apple's doing. Okay, so Apple now is now coming out with a 4.15% savings account. Right now, you gotta have the Apple Card, so your credit better be crispy. It's your boy 4G Tone. Everything that we do is for God, for good, and for grace. And this is Athletic Money. Let's go ahead and get into it. A savings account that is at 4.15%. Let's compare other savings accounts, right? By the way, there's no minimum. So if you have this Apple Card and you're able to get the savings account from Apple, you can put $1 in there and you're good, right? It's gonna earn some interest. Let's look at the other ones, all right? Wells Fargo has a 0.15% savings account, okay, with a $25 minimum. You got Chase, right? A 0.01% savings account with also a $25 minimum. Then you have Bank of America, same thing, 0.01%. And in order to have that one, it's $100. So the great thing about having an Apple savings account is that you get more money for putting your money away. It's very, very dope what Apple's doing. They teamed up with Goldman Sachs, which are two gigantic, crazy big companies that have just incredible products, right? A lot of people have Apple iPhones, 1.8 billion people have an Apple product. And Goldman Sachs has been in the game for a minute. It's $100 billion or hundreds of billion dollars worth of a company, right? That is what's incredible about this new Apple savings account. Another thing that this means, you won't have to go anywhere. If you want to just use your savings account to go ahead and pay things on your Apple iPhone, like if you want something delivered to your door, like DoorDash, you don't have to go to, all right, let me go to my bank account, let me attach my card to Apple Pay, let me do all of this, that, and the third. All you gotta do is just use everything from Apple. So from a consolidation standpoint, it is a crazy play by Apple. And obviously Goldman Sachs, like shout out to them, like there's two big companies that just know what they're doing, that just know that they have this opportunity to come together and just take over, right? And they do it for the good of, society, for the economy, especially with the savings rate. But this is something that we do have to kind of look at and say, all right, y'all finna get crazy on us. I know, you could just tell there's just a lot of things that Apple's just gonna do that you don't have to find any other resources. Apple will find everything and do everything for you. As we know, they got VR headsets, they got this card coming out. Now, as I say this, let's start to think about what Apple can be as an investment, right, in stocks. If you were to start investing into a company, Warren Buffett always says you want to look at the company, right? You want to look at what they're doing for society. Are they doing a lot to really help? And are people buying in? Are they always innovating? In all those three categories, Apple is like number one. One of the best companies ever, right, has been in our lifetime, and that's Apple, right? Shout out to Steve Jobs, shout out to Tim Cook. If you do not have a crispy credit score and you're not able to get this Apple savings account, there's other places that you can put your money. Now, these are the accounts that I have. I'm just gonna put you in on some game that has been incredible for me in putting my money somewhere that's just more beneficial for my dollars. My first one is gonna be Robinhood. Robinhood has a 4.4% cash account. It's a money market account to where I can put all my cash in there and I can either use it as a savings account. And then Robinhood also has a spending account, just like Cash App, just like Venmo. And then also they have a brokerage account to where I can invest in Apple, S&P 500, Vanguard, VTI. I can invest in those things within that all one account. It having a 4.4% money market account, it's even higher than this Apple savings account. That's why I love it. I can take my money out. If I need to spend some, I can put it in another account, put it on my debit card. Or if I want to go ahead and invest it, I can go ahead and put it right in some investments right there, all in that app. Beautiful consolidation, similar to what Apple's doing. Apple's doing it on a crazy scale though, but it's a great opportunity. If you do have that opportunity within your Robinhood account, I would look into it, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an accountant, all right? I'm just a young, former football player trying to put out some game that I've found out. And as we go along, we're trying to do this together, you feel me? It's not just a one man. I'm not trying to tell you we're doing this together. Another thing that was very beneficial to me and that I'm using as well, like I diversify my things. Instead of just having all my money in one basket, right? So I got my other investments at public, right? But also I use their treasury account, another form of bonds, and that is at a 4.9% APY, right? Almost, and then it fluctuates a little bit. It may go up to 5, it may come down to 4.7, but it's so dope. You put however much money in that treasury account, there's no minimum, right? And then you're able to go ahead and now have your savings in that account. You can't use it as a debit card though. The point of a savings account is so you can save the money. So that's the beautiful thing about having that public account, is that you can put it in the treasury. It's at 4.9% APY, and you're now getting more money for the money that you invest and that you save. It's really just that you save, right? But it's like a form of investing, right? You look at and compare to other investments. The average year for the S&P 500 or high interest rate indexes is that you want to average around 10 to 12%, but that's with a little bit of risk. It may be 20% one year and then negative 15% the next. With these savings accounts and these high yield savings accounts and these treasuries and these bonds, you have a little bit more comfortability. It's less interest back, but basically no risk. So that's why a lot of people like it, right? With inflation, if you guys don't know what inflation is, it's that our value of goods that we have go up in price while our dollars go down. That means that our dollar is not able to buy as much as we want, okay? That's just inflation. And the percentage that we want to keep up with is 2, but right now it ranges from 8 to 5%. It's crazy. So if we just put our money away under a mattress, with inflation, it will naturally go down in value. And we don't want that. I want my money to hold as much value as possible. I want my money to be making more money as time goes on, but it's not going to do that by itself, right? You got to put it in the right asset classes, things that it's going to raise in value as you go on. And examples are stocks, real estate. Okay, so that's just what's going on with this Apple Savings account. It's very interesting. We're in a very interesting time in our lifetime. Let me know down in the comments if you feel like this is something that you would do, if you feel like Apple may take over the world because of this, right? Now that, they have the music, they have your healthcare, they have your phones. Now they're coming out with a VR headset, they're coming out with cars. Let me know what you think about what Apple's finna do with these next, decade or so, right? You think Apple's just gonna be everything? Let me know, I want your opinions. All right, so again, this is your boy 4G Tone. Everything that we do is for God, for good, and for grace. And this is Athletic Money. Now, we got some merch coming out. We're gonna have the AMU merch. We're gonna have the 4G merch coming out pretty soon. And it's really just to spread a message. And I enjoy doing this through this outlet and this opportunity. I love talking about money. I love talking about the advantages of it because I was never really taught too much about it when I was young. We're just trying to get this together. I'm still making many decisions in life that can allow me to be in a better situation financially that I wish I made before, and I'm still making mistakes, right? So as we grow, as we build together, let's just do it one day at a time, $1 at a time. Let's reach our goals. Love, peace, healing, and success to all. Again, this is 4G Tone.